Hello children, Sairam. I'm sure you people are eagerly waiting for the online classes to start, isn't it? Because we people couldn't meet. First you had your S7 exam, then we got the Diwali vacations, and you enjoyed Diwali vacations, isn't it? So now let's get started with our studies. Today we are starting NV. NV chapter 14 we are going to see. Children, just open your page number 117. Okay, chapter 14, The Brook. This is a poem we are going to study, and part 1 I am going to cover today. It's a beautiful poem, children, and on page number 117 this activity is given. The different pictures of the sources of water are shown, and in the box they have given the names of that water bodies. But before that, children, can you tell me what is the meaning of the brook? Do you know? Okay, I'll tell. The brook means it's a water body only, but it is smaller than the stream. Okay, so you will do this activity. It's very easy. All the known pictures of the water bodies are given there. Then you just read the did you know part. It's very informative, very strange thing. It is written there that while nearly 70% of the world is covered by water, only 2.5% of water is fresh, and the rest is saline and ocean based. We have already seen it in SS, isn't it? Even then, just 1% of our fresh water is easily accessible. Only 1%. The water which can be used to drink is easily accessible, with much of it trapped in glaciers and snowfields. So you should know how it is important to save a single drop of water also. So let's start. Turn your page. On page number 118, a nice picture of brook is given. Before that, let's see the information about the poet. This is a wonderful poet, The Brook, written by a well-known poet, Alfred Tennyson. He was a poet laureate of the Great Britain and Ireland during Queen Victoria's reign, and he began to write poetry at an early age. He was a poet. Laureate means a person who is honored with an award for outstanding creative or intellectual achievement. Okay, so he is one of the greatest poets in Great Britain, Alfred Tennyson. So this is the picture of the brook. See how beautiful the natural beauty is shown in this picture. The birds are enjoying flying there, and the water is flowing. Greenery is there, isn't it? So let's start the poem. As usual, I'm going to read the poem. Listen it carefully and enjoy. First stanza. I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom selling, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. I steal by lawns and grassy plots, I slide by hazel covers, I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my scheming swallows. I make the naked sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars. I brambly in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shinely bars. I loiter by my cresses. And out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Beautiful poem it is, isn't it? So let's read it again. You can also read it aloud with me. The poem is a very beautiful description of the journey of a stream. I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom selling, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grelling. I steal by lawns and grassy plots, I slide by hazel covers, I move the sweet forgive-me nots that grow for happy lovers. I slip, I slide, I glue my glance among my skimming swallows. I make the naked sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. I murmur under moon and stars in brambly wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars, I loiter by my cresses. And out again I curve and flow, I to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. The poem is very easy to understand actually. Still, we are going to see the explanation of this poem stanza wise. The first stanza. I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Now, in this stanza, the poet is trying to tell us about the stream and the brook, and which is who is talking with us. Actually, this poem is in the form of autobiography. Okay, and it's describing the journey of a stream from its origin to the river it joins. I chatter, chatter as I flow. Chatter means to utter rapid short sounds. It's making rapid short sounds. I chatter, chatter as I flow. So the brook is telling us that I make the rapid short sounds when I flow. Why I am flowing? To join the brimming river. To whom I want to join? Brimming river. Brimming, B-R-I-M-M-I-N-G. Brimming, fill or be full to the point of overflowing. Okay, the full water filled it with in that river. So I move, I flow to join the river which is full of water. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So although men may come or men may go, although they come and go, but I am here forever. Means I am here for always. I am immortal. I wind about. I wind about and in and out, with here a blossom selling, and here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grelling. Now in this stanza, again the poet is trying to tell us through the brook that I wind about and in and out. Means I move so, I flow, I move so fast like a wind, in and out, with here a blossom selling. Means selling means the action of selling of a sheep or a boat. So with here a blossom selling. Blossom, we all know it's the name of a flower or a bunch of flowers. So with here a blossom selling. With the flowers like a wind I flow from here and there. And here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. Now these are the names, the lusty trout or grayling. These are the names of the fish. So, and here and there a lusty trout. See, lusty, big, and trout, a freshwater fish. And grayling is also a name of a freshwater fish. And here and there a lusty trout, and here and there a grayling. So, here the poet is telling that the brook is flowing so nicely, it's enjoying its flow so much that it's sailing through the blossom, and it's and there are the different types of fish in it. I steal by lawns and grassy plots, I slide by hazel covers, I move the sweet forgive-me nots that grow for happy lovers. I steal by lawns and grassy plots. So from where I am flowing? I am just carried out by the water through the lawns. Okay. Then the grassy plots means we can say a part of a land which is covered with the grass. Okay. I steal by lawns and grassy plots. I slide by hazel covers. Hazel also it's a small tree of nuts. Okay, hazel is a name of a plant of nuts. So I slide by hazel covers. So where the land is covered by the grass, where the land is covered with the small trees of nuts, that is hazel. covers forest, means I flow through the forest, I slide through the forest. I move the sweet forget-me-nots that grow for happy lovers. Even I move from which forest? Forget-me-not. Forget-me-not, it's a name of a flower. It's a type of a flower. So I just move from the forest of these all kinds of trees that grow for happy lovers. These flowers which specially grow for the happy lovers. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. Sorry. I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. I make the naked sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. Again in this stanza, the brook is explaining its movement. That I slip means I skid, I slide, and from where? I gloom, I glance. From the total darkness to the glance. Gloom, to have a gloomy look, dull look, or darkness. So I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance. Glance means to pick. Among my skimming swallows, skimming, passing over a surface nearly or lightly touching it in the process. Means it's passing over the surface nearly, okay, or lightly touching it in the process. So I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among my skimming swallows. Now here meaning of swallow. Swallow, skimming swallow means these are the name of the birds. Okay, skimming swallow means the bird swallow which walks through the brook. The picture you can see on page number 118. The birds we can see here, these are the skimming swallows. It seems that it is the shape of it is skimming the brook as it walks. Okay. So I slip, I slide, I gloom, I glance among the skimming swallows. I make the netted sunbeam dance. Sunbeam, sun rays. So I make the netted means trapped sunbeam dance. If you have seen the flowing water and during daytime it is seen, no, that the sun rays are dancing on the water. So same way the brook is telling us that I make the netted sunbeam dance against my sandy shallows. Sandy, full of sand. So against my sandy shallows. Shallow means the area of the sea or a lake or a river where the water is not very deep. I murmur under moon and stars in Bramley wildernesses. I linger by my shining bars. I loiter by my cresses. I murmur under moon and stars. So during daytime I flow very fast and I may make noise, but I murmur. Murmur, a low continuous background sound. You can hear my murmuring sound when under moon and stars. It means during night time you can hear my low continuous background sound, that is murmuring, in Bramley wildernesses. I linger by my shingly bars. I loiter round my cresses. In Bramley wildernesses. Wildernesses means desert we can say, and Bramley is given there. See, full of prickly vine or shrub. So I linger, I stay, I wait. Where? It means the brook cannot flow. Where the shrub and the desert area is there, I cannot flow easily there. I loiter round my cresses. Again, cresses is a type of plant. Again, the meaning of loiter is like linger, stay, wait. I wait around my cresses. And out again I curve and flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So again in the last stanza, the poet is showing us that the brook again telling us that at out again I curve and flow, and out again I curve and flow, it means here I am just moving as the surface changes and I have to keep on moving. I don't stop to join the brimming there. Why am I flowing continuously? because I want to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. I don't stop for anybody. Men may come and men may go, but I just keep on moving. I just keep on flowing. No matter whatever type of land I get, whether it's a thorny bush, whether it's a desert area, or whether it's a plain surface. I am just flowing because I want to I want to join the brimming river. So this is the wonderful poem today we learn, children. Part 1 I have covered today because there are 6 stanzas and we have seen the explanation of the poet, information about the poet and the explanation of the stanzas. So in part 2, that means tomorrow, we'll do the exercise part. Okay, till that you enjoy reciting the poem. It's a beautiful poem. Let's stop here. Sai Ram.